What is up, y'all, and welcome to another video. If it's your first time stopping by my channel, I'm Jeffro, and this is Jeffroz FishKeeping. Recently I had a subscriber reach out to me and ask if I could come and film his fish room, and he started sending me some pictures, and I was like, holy cow, I gotta get out there. So I just recently went out and filmed the fish room, and that's what today's video is, filming a Fish Fam fish room. And man, does he have some awesome stuff. You don't want to miss it. Hopefully you enjoy. I am here with one of my subscribers, and John from Eastern Iowa has been nice enough to take me around on a fish room tour, and that's what we're getting ready to do. Alright, John, what do we got going here?
I got some red jewels that I've been working with, red turquoise jewels that I've been working with for about 3 years. I line bred the red jewels for 3 years, and I line bred the turquoise for 3 years, and then I took the best turquoise and the best red and I put them together and they spawned, and I had two really nice red turquoise, and then these are their offspring.
Nice. So what do we got here, like a 29-gallon tank?
Yep, 29.
Nice.
With a hang on back and a under gravel.
Nice. Alright, so what we got down here?
And these are my female blue dragon's blood peacocks. I just keep the females in here, and whenever I want to spawn a male, I can take whichever male I want to spawn and put him in there, and when he impregnates one or two, I can take them out and put them in a 20 high for them to spit and do everything on their own.
Really nice. Nice fish. I really like those.
Okay, and here I have a 16-gallon bow front that I normally use as my quarantine tank, and a rescue fish that I got from Petco. He or she was really badly infected with anchorworm, over 70% of its body, and I've been using copperade to try to get it cleared up. About 80 to 90% of it is cleared up, and there's a little bit left, but I mean, he was really covered. So I figured I would bring him home and give him some care, see if he can go into my South American tank, and if not, we'll auction him off or sell him later. I just wanted to get him healed up because nobody at the Petco would do that.
Very nice. I really love to see stuff like that, so good job, John. Alright, what do we got over here?
This is a 15-gallon with 5 red-eyed Kohaku koi swords. I got 1 male and 4 females. There could be a sneaker male in there somewhere, but I've been growing these out for about 3 to 4 months. I got them at the last swap, so I haven't had any breeding action off of them yet, but we'll see what they do.
Very nice. And what we got over here?
These are Geophagus Ipora ingensis, which is a dwarf Geophagus. They're a dwarf Braziliensis Geophagus, and got 5 of them in here, a male and a bunch of females.
Very nice.
And their babies are up here. Got about 200 of them in there.
Wow. What are you feeding these little guys?
Just micro, what is it, first bites.
Alright.
First bites.
Cool. Man, they're doing good. So how old are the spawn?
Maybe 8 days.
8 days?
Yeah.
Sweet.
They're just, yep.
Looking good.
Losing their egg sacs and eating on their own now and swimming around pretty good.
Awesome. So what do we got down here in this tank?
And then down here I've got 2 of my best blue dragon's blood peacocks.
Very nice.
You get some of this color going. That's the father of all of my blue dragons, original father.
Very nice.
And a couple of females that he's, going through and confirming to be females. And then this is one of his best sons.
Very nice.
I don't know if you see him or not on there.
Yeah. Very nice fish. Nice. Alright. What do we got down here in this little tank?
I want to focus on those.
Yeah.
This is Gelitochromis regani affinis, which is one of the rare Julies. And you can see their colors. They got blue on their fins on the top and in the back, and then yellow on their front fins. They're pretty cool. I'm growing those out. They take a while to grow. They're super slow.
Very nice fish. I love those colors. I've never even seen that fish before, actually. It's pretty rare.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, what do we got up here, John?
This is a red turquoise flower horn. Call him Einstein. Let's see if he will let me do something special for you.
Nice.
He'll usually let me pet his nuchal hump and stuff. He's a good, friendly boy.
Boy, I'm telling you.
And he's pretty good.
Nice. He is large.
Don't. Yeah. Gave me a little love tap there.
Yeah.
It's because I haven't fed him.
Nice. He's
probably like, give me some food.
He is a big boy. Very nice.
His nuchal hump isn't too big, but that's probably because I haven't fed him many live fish. He's ate mostly, Bio-Home Ultimate and stuff like that, so he's on a pretty lean diet, so it's probably why his nuchal hump isn't super big. And most of his red is off right now. When he gets into a breeding mode or gets excited, he really turns red.
Nice. All right, what do we got down here?
Below I have a blue Texas cichlid female, which is about the same size.
Yeah, she's huge.
Now my understanding is that the blue Texas cichlid is a Thai silk flower horn and a Rio Grande perch, which is a regular green Texas cichlid crossed. That's my understanding, but I can't know for sure. The internet, you know how that is.
Right.
But it's supposed to be a Thai silk flower horn and a Rio Grande perch.
Very nice.
And down below we got Placidochromis electra, deepwater hap. I've got one male and two females, and then I have another female of a peacock that's just hanging out in there until I'm ready to breed her. Which is I can't remember offhand right now. Just a different species peacock female. Swallowtail, that's what it is.
Gotcha.
It's a female swallowtail peacock. And when I have tank space, she'll go into a tank with her male, which is in my 90-gallon African male tank.
All right, John, what do we got going on in this tank here?
This is my 90-gallon African cichlid male community. Most of them are males, I should say. Venustus is a female, I know that. And OB peacock, a couple of Sokolothi, a couple of electric blue Alis, and a whole bunch of blue dragon's blood males that are coloring up. And these are the males right here. The blue dragon's blood, you can start to see their color. They will all end up looking like their father in the tank from earlier.
Right.
I probably have, 25 of them in there. And then I've also got clown loaches, about 5 or 6, I can't remember, 5 I know. And Synodontis multipuncata, at least I believe it's a multipuncata. I just bought them as Synodontis from a random tank, and they could be something else, but I'm not breeding them, I'm just keeping them in this tank, so I'm not too worried about the name or what they are, but I know they're Synodontis.
Very nice.
And Malawi eye biter, which has never really bit any eyes on me. Yellow lab, whole bunch of stuff.
Man, I'm telling you.
Snow white.
Very, very nice.
A whole bunch of stuff.
What's your water change schedule on a tank like this?
I'm doing 40 gallons about every 4 to 5 days.
Wow.
Because it is really heavily stocked.
Looks good though, really good job. It's what, like a 90 gallon?
Yep, 90 gallon.
Very nice.
Yep, I got 2 canister filters running on it, so it keeps it pretty clean.
Looking good.
And the way I have it set up, I'm able to do my 40 gallon water change, and I don't ever even have to shut the canister off or shut the heater off. I'm able to go down 40 gallons and then add the 40 gallons without ever even having to shut the canisters off, so I don't have to worry about bacteria die-off or anything like that, because it's so heavily stocked. I worry about that. So
all right, All right, John, what do we got here?
This is a 5 foot 120 XH. I got 4 snow white discus or glass discus. These two here are a pair. They've spawned a few times for me, and I've gotten viable wigglers out of them, but they've never, the female tends to eat them when they start wiggling. I don't know, maybe because she's young and she still has some body weight to put on. They tend to do that a little bit when they're younger. And I got 5 or 6 Prograramis and 10 of the banded rainbow fish.
Very nice.
And, you know, got a Geophagus suramensis and about 10 ghost cats. And I've got, I'm not seeing them in here, there's the Burmese border botia.
Yep.
Golds and regular. And this tank's only been planted here with the new substrate for about 3 weeks, so I think we're doing pretty good on that. I had the plants going in pots before, and then I had sand substrate, but I took the sand substrate out and put in Eco Complete and Blue Wall Stratum. And I'm starting to get some growth out of them now.
Very nice. I love the background color. It just really looks good with this tank.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a muddy bank of a river.
It really is nice in person too. It really is making me think all of my bland black backgrounds, this really looks good. I really like it. All right, what do we got in here, John?
This is my second 120 XH 5 foot tank. I've got 3 Oscars, 1 male and 2 females. That's Bubbles. He looks like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys, so that's why he got that name. and Brutus and Betty.
I'm surprised you didn't name one of them Ricky.
No. And then we got Geophagus Geopari and 4 Severums. Raquel, which is up there in the corner, and a green, and a gold, and a red spot.
Very nice.
As well as Jack Dempsey down here, which I don't know if you're going to get him in there or not. He was a crossbreed between the electric blue Jack Dempsey and a regular Jack Dempsey.
Oh, very nice.
As well as this is the father of my jewels in the bathroom. In the first tank that we had there that are growing out. But you can see his turquoising. He's one of the ones that I worked with for like 3 years. And then I took the turquoise and the red and put them together. And that was the offspring from him. His red isn't good, but if you put a female in there, he would just flame red.
Wow.
So his colors kind of stay off for now. And I got a Red Devil and a Royal Pleco here in the corner. About a 5-inch Royal Pleco.
All right, John, what do we have here?
All right, here I got a 56 column with Daffodil Burchardi. The male's hanging out underneath the rock there. He's usually got bright yellow fins on the top and bottom when he is in breeding mode, as well as blue lines on his face that are usually pretty predominant when they're breeding. And I've got 2 females. One's back there and one's back there, and I think they're both sitting on eggs again. And I got a whole bunch of babies from 2 different spawns, one from one mother and one from another mother.
Very, very nice. I love how they can colony breed here and not eat the fry.
Yeah.
And there's a female peeking out there.
A few of them get picked up. A few of them get picked off when they're super tiny fry when they spawn. But, you know, they're super slow growers. That's for sure. I mean, these guys, the big guys are probably 3-4 months old, and the other guys are probably a couple months old. So, I mean, that's a couple months old, and they're only a 1/2 inch long.
Another background that I'm really digging here, it's like a deep dark blue, and it just looks perfect in person with these fish.
Yeah.
Really love it. Awesome.
And then down here, I got 2 different species of Jalo Reef. I've got the regular standard Jalo Reef, which I had with 1 male and 2 females, and these are their first offspring right here. And if you can see the color on this guy, he's more like a gunmetal blue and with the yellow fin. And he's more like, if you look up a Jalo Reef on the internet and you check out the picture, this is much more like the regular Jalo Reef that you see. And this is a second Jalo Reef that if you look at the colors, you can see he's much more purple, and he's got some yellow on his side and a much darker yellow on his upper and lower fins. So they're both were purchased as Jalo Reefs, but this one looks much different, and so I kind of refer to this one as the Jalo Reef Royal because he's got much more purple, whereas this one is kind of, you know, grayish blue and white, where this one's got much more.
Very nice.
Yep. And these two tanks here, I've got Blue Dragon's Blood Peacocks from my best female. This is like her second or third spawn here. They're just growing out in here. And these are, I had one of my 3 females from my Blue Dragon's Blood Peacocks came out with albinos. About 25% of her babies were albinos. So I took those albinos and I grew those albinos up and spawned them, and they basically spawned pure albinos. So wow. I was able to get an albino line out of the Blue Dragon's Bloods. Now the original mother, I don't breed her anymore because she's super inconsistent. You know, a quarter of her babies had, you know, genetic defects, or they didn't look that good, or they came out as albinos, so I didn't breed her anymore. But I was able to use her albinos to start a second line, which turned out to be albinos when I bred albinos to albino. And this is the first spawn from the straight albino to albino line. So I don't know if you call those Blue Dragon's Blood albinos or just an albino peacock. You know, there's different ones, strawberries and whatever, but I just sell them as albino peacocks.
Very nice. All right, what do we got over here?
And this is from the third original mother. I had, like I said, I had 3 original mothers with my Blue Dragon's Blood male. One of them was genetically messed up. One of them genetically was pretty good. Most of her babies were pretty good, but they weren't real cookie cutter. Some were more red, some were more orange. And then the third mother, all her babies came out cookie cutter, like one right after another, just beautiful, you know. So I built a colony of females. The original tank we had in the bathroom that I showed was her daughters. So gotcha. I assume if the males are all consistent, the females should be all pretty consistent too. So that's what I decided to build my colony out of. I got about 30 females in there. And these are just from the second mother that was not quite as good. You know, they're growing out. I sold, you know, 8 or 9 of them at the last swap, and a couple of them at the auction. And then after I got rid of them, these other ones that were not colored have started coloring up. And then the small ones are the next ones in line. So as I pull out the big ones to sell, the next ones color up. And
very, very nice.
Yep.
So what'd you guys think? Whenever I walked into John's place, I was amazed. It ended up having to be 2 videos though, and I'm sorry about that, but I had to film the whole place, and I couldn't make it a 30 or 40 minute long video, so I had to split it up into 2 videos. So today's video is the fish, and the next video is going to be mostly plecos, and that's just the way it's got to be. Sorry about that. So if you want to see the rest of John's fish room, you're going to have to tune in to the next video. If it is your first time stopping by my channel, make sure and hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, don't forget to hit the post notification bell. I upload videos every Monday and Thursday, and I also live stream every Wednesday and Saturday night. Thanks for coming along on this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, y'all.